Alright, so now we're asked to graph that y minus 3 is equal to negative 2 times x plus 3. So this is written in our point slope form, which we know is y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. So if we want to graph in this form, you could, if you really wanted to, distribute the negative 2 in, add over to 3, and rewrite it as y is equal to mx plus b if you feel more comfortable in that. You can do it that way. However, we have enough information here. Alright, first we need to do is figure out what is our point x1, y1. So remember, since our formula is minus y and minus x1, we need to take the opposite signs here. So since this is still minus 3, that tells me that my y value is actually a positive 3. Because when we plugged it into the formula, minus y1, it remained a minus. Here, our x value changed to a positive 3, so when we plugged it in, the only way that this minus can turn to positive is if x was a minus itself. So that means x is minus 3. And then our slope is what's being multiplied to our x minus x sub 1. So our m in this case is equal to negative 2. Alright, so remember, all we need in order to graph a line are 2 points. We have enough information now. We have 1, negative 3, 3, so we moved negative 3 for x and then up 3 for y, so we have our point negative 3, 3, and we know our slope is negative 2. So remember, our slope is equal to our rise over run, our change in y over change in x, and in this case it's equal to negative 2, and any number is always understood to be over top of 1. So in this case, our change in y means we move 2 in a negative direction. So when we do our change in y, from our point, we're moving down 2 spaces. So we know our next point is somewhere along this line here, or somewhere along this value here. Because our y, we moved down 2 spaces. Our x value, though, we moved 1 to the positive direction. So positive is moving to the right, so we move 1 here. So that is our second point. So we can draw a line now because all we need is 2 points. So we can go ahead, take a straight edge and draw it here. But just to practice going over, another way that we can do negative 2 as a slope and plot in another point is negative 2 over 1 is equal to is equal to 2 over negative 1. And this will still be equal to negative 2, so it's not changing anything. We're just rewriting the negative sign somewhere else. So this way is telling us that we're moving, and change in y is moving positive 2. So we can move 1, 2 spaces up, which then means our next point is somewhere along this line or this value. And now our x was negative 1, meaning we moved to the left 1 space or 1 unit. So it means our other point could be here. So it's just showing you the different ways that you can graph or plot these points. Now you'll take a straight edge and you'll draw a point or a line going through these graphs or through these points, and that is our graph of y minus 3 is equal to negative 2 times x plus 3. That's it for this video. Then we're going to go to finding equations of slope intercept and point slope form.